It's to sync everything together.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I learned that in school. In my audio sound engineering school.
Okay, wait, that's one of my questions, actually.
Okay.
Are you making any music these days? Have you made anything lately?
Yes, but nothing that's like out.
Okay.
Like sometimes I'll just like today I was just chilling in here like a couple hours. I'll just like make something, and then like last night I did that, and then I kind of come back to it today and just add to it.
Yeah.
And then like.
What was the deal? It was you and your buds, and there was that one song that I loved that was so good. What happened with that?
That was the Night Drives.
That's it.
Yeah, we had 4 songs, and it was like, it just became, I mean, I guess we're not like done technically. Nothing's ever done. Like, I'm sure we all live in this area still.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was just like, we did the 4 songs. We just like couldn't get together like enough times to like actually be productive.
Yeah.
And I don't write lyrics. Neither did the dude who played all the stuff. And then the singer, he wrote all the lyrics. And then we all just kind of had writer's block. And it just became like, oh, next weekend we'll get together. And then when we do, we spend so much time like playing catch up, we can't like get into a flow.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I miss it.
I bet.
It was like the closest I came to like the grind of like after work I'm gonna go over to your house and we're gonna stay up till 1 a.m, like doing this stuff. And
it was pretty good stuff.
Thank you.
If anyone's inspo ever comes back.
Yeah.
And all the stars align.
Yeah, basically all the stars align.
That's adult life. In a nutshell.
But like none of us have kids, so. Like
then to just so multiply that times like 2, and that's what it's like once you have kids.
Yeah. So.
But you still have like jobs and houses and significant others. It's a lot.
Yeah, and I kind of have like I guess I'll admit a bit of like an ego thing. Like I felt like I was doing a lot of the work, which I was. I was doing a lot of the heavy lifting.
Like the podcast.
Yeah, pretty much. And I just would kind of lie to myself and be like, I enjoy it. I enjoy like being. I do to an extent, but then there was other times where we'd get together and it's like, okay, this cannot all be coming from me. Like, sorry.
Well, you want people to like pull their weight.
Yeah, like I want like everybody to collaborate, and it wasn't every session, obviously, but like they basically like I had the computer and I had the software and the skills to do it. Like if I wasn't there, it wasn't happening.
Right.
So
then you're like,
it's like I got to show up with at least some sort
of fun out of it, little by little.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah.
So you're back.
Quick
turnaround. It's almost like you never left.
I kind of like that. I like it like that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why the quick turnaround?
So it was kind of like sinking in. There's only, like a month left before Austin goes to school, right?
Yeah.
And I just feel like, well, it's already hard for all of us to be in the same place at the same time because me, obviously, and then Sam's baby, Tyler's work schedule, Austin's kind of just always around, but that ends in a month. And so I'm like, ooh, like after that, you know, maybe throughout college, he'll come home for holidays, summers and stuff like that. Maybe.
Yeah.
Then, you know, after he graduates, he's going to be like a real adult. Like God only knows where.
You're just like doing the math. And you're like, how many more times am I going to see him? Really until he's like 30.
Right. Like I'm kind of like a future sort of thinks 6 steps ahead. And I'm just like, wait a minute. Like it'll get so much harder to see Austin in general, but then for all of us to be in the same place at the same time. Like, and it's true. Like even just coordinating Sam's work with Tyler's work and the baby's like sleep schedule and stuff, like that's hard. So I was like, I just kind of was like, you know what, this kind of works out, so I'm just gonna make it happen. You know,
came back out.
It'll be worth it. Like, you know, like by next year, I think we'll all realize like, damn, you were onto something back then.
Yeah, and it's a lot easier maybe for you to come out here and then everybody like go visit you.
Unfortunately. Unfortunately, that seems to be true. Although I'm kind of like, so now that we're all adults and I'm not the only one with kids anymore, and pretty soon I won't be the only one who doesn't live here. You know, Austin will count too. I'm like, what if we all go somewhere? Like, what if we family trip to, I don't know. I don't care. Like, we all go somewhere and then it's a vacation. Then we're all guaranteed to all be together. Together and free and available. I'm into that. I don't think it'll happen, but if I had chill people.
We went to, we were in Hawaii last year for New Year's, and it was like we all got there. And I just kind of looked at my sister. I'm like, I cannot believe me, Andrea, my sister, her boyfriend, my mom, my dad, and my grandma all like came together, got on the same flight, and flew to Hawaii and like got the Airbnb. We got COVID while we were there, so kind of a bummer. But
you're all together.
It was like a goddamn miracle that we all did it. And
I
mean, my grandma is the only one that lives out of state. But for all of our times, like time off work and everything
it's hard to coordinate, but I don't know. I love the idea. Everyone's eventually going to take a vacation anyway, so why not just
try and do it all at once?
Coordinate it.
Yeah. And my dad and my brother were just in town from Tennessee.
Okay.
And it was my dad, my brother, me, Andrea, my sister, my mom, my stepdad, and Andrea's parents, all in like one place together.
That like never happens.
I'm like, I don't even know if this will ever happen again.
Right.
And the last time I saw my mom and my dad in the same room together was probably like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Not even exaggeration. Before that,
like your graduation or something.
I must have been smaller. And we were probably in Washington, maybe.
Yeah.
Like that I can remember. And they have a good relationship.
But
it's good, but
just still like they live on opposite ends of the country.
Yeah, and for like it was really weird because we were sitting in the backyard and like listening to them talk and like me sit here. It was like a very weird like these are my parents. Yeah. But like my relationship is totally different. Like
they're separate
families. But they're together now, and it's just very odd.
Where you're just sitting there like.
Yeah, because I was so young when they got divorced. I was like 3. I don't remember it.
Yeah.
I only remember like me staying with mom and then me going to Denny's with my dad and staying at his house for the weekend, and then we just do that. That was just the routine because your parents are divorced, right?
Yeah, kind of same. I think 3 or 4 something. I don't remember. Yeah, super young. So kind of the same thing. Like there's just this house and that house.
Yeah, that's just how it was.
Yeah.
But like you hear about kids that parents get divorced when they're like a teenager. And it's like
those are the kids
pitting each other against each other.
Like, they're real upset about it. But they've had longer to like get used to them like being together. Mm-hmm. I don't know. My parents, I think, were only ever in the same. I only saw them in the same place in the same time for my graduation and my wedding.
Yeah,
I think that, and maybe my brother's graduation, too. I think that's it. It never happens. Yeah.
And
they're not chill.
Yeah. Not something you're like trying to do.
No.
No,
keep them separated.
So you did a crawfish boil.
Tyler did the crawfish boil.
Is that a real Louisiana thing, or is that just like a thing that people do that aren't in Louisiana? Sort of like.
I don't know anyone out. I didn't know other people did it, but it's definitely a Louisiana thing, like for sure.
Like it does happen.
Yes, it is like. You know how it's like a summer barbecue, or like you know how like people will have people over because they're grilling. Mm-hmm. So like, hey, we're grilling at our house. Everybody come over because we're grilling, and it's like it's an event, but it's also low key. But you're having people over for it, and it's seasonal, right? Like we're having people over to grill. It's exactly like that. So it's seasonal. The crawfish are seasonal, but it's like. So sometimes it will be a bigger event, like we're having a big ass crawfish boil for this reason, and like we're gonna pop off and go crazy. Or sometimes it will literally just be like, hey, for after this thing, we're doing crawfish. Like sometimes it can just be small time, like that's just what we're doing, what we're having. Yeah.
I didn't know if it was like appropriating. Not that it would be bad to appropriate it, but you know how like
if you did it here,
you know how like Cinco de Mayo.
No.
It's like, is there really a party going on in Mexico for Cinco de Mayo, or is it just like we've created this created
Louisiana,
this thing?
It's like a real thing. Okay. I would say you have to do it right. Like I don't think I could sign off on it if you were like, I'm gonna do a crawfish boil, and then I'm watching you do it like the fuck you are. Like, you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
But obviously Tyler knows what he's doing. And so he like ordered the crawfish from Louisiana. They overnighted, I guess, live. So,
okay.
Because they're supposed to be, right?
Nice.
So, yeah, he did it the right way.
Are crawfish cute when they're alive?
They look like a tiny lobster.
Lobsters are kind of cute.
I mean, I guess. They're not like scary and ugly, but I don't know. They're not super cute to me.
Not a whole lot of animals that you eat live. Or
Well,
like
you
that you boil, that you like.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Guess I don't really ever think about it, but I think some people...
Like lobsters are probably the cutest one.
Lobsters are not...
Or octopus. I like octopus. Octopi. Octopuses. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. I don't really think any of these animals are super cute. They're like...
Yeah, but I think if you had to rank
right.
them, I think a lobster is probably...
I think
like
a crawfish would be cuter than a lobster.
Because they're smaller?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Maybe. Do you remember in grocery stores?
I'm like trying to picture it.
Like, well, I can't think of any other like live animals that
Well,
like part of the ritual is like they're alive in front of you, and then now they're dead in front of you, and you're about to eat them.
Yeah,
It's
I guess
really
when
only
you put it like
fish.
that. Right. Big yikes.
Do you remember in grocery stores where they'd have like the big lobster tank?
Yes, absolutely.
And they'd have the
Like,
rubber bands on their claws?
They used to have the tanks everywhere, but especially there was one, the one in Walmart growing up was like, it wasn't like at the counter. It was like freestanding, like going to the aquarium. Yes.
Yeah.
And I would like loved to look at them. I don't really think I'd like put that together. Like I
No,
just was
I don't
like,
think any
look
of
at
us
this
did.
cool lobster aquarium. Like, look how cool they are. And now I'm like, damn, that's
Damn, that's fucked up. You gotta like look, I want that one.
right. I want that one right there.
Yeah, and there was always like murky water. It was like never clean. It was always
And you know
like
they
green water.
they like scream when you boil them. There's like a high pitched like whistle that's like the scream.
Is it a scream? See, this is fucked up.
PETA's coming for my ass now.
Yeah. Do they actually scream, or is it just like the hot water hitting their shell and it's being evaporated?
I don't know, but that's
Is it like a conch
what
shell
I'm
makes
told.
the sound of the ocean, but really it's just the sound of nothing?
I like your version better. I'm not sure, but I've always been told like it's them screaming.
Because I don't think it wouldn't serve them any purpose to scream, like to have that sound in the water. That sound, like high pitched sounds like that don't really
water.
travel.
It's not like you threw it back in the sea.
Exactly. Like if they're in the ocean, I don't think if you got close to one and you scared it, it'd be like.
No, but in the water when they're dying, maybe it's just the sound of death.
It's just reserved for them to be when they're boiled.
I have no idea. That's kind of sad now. Gonna YouTube it later.
Yeah, I do feel bad when I eat like calamari or like octopus. I really do like octopi.
Some of them are pretty cute.
I think they're just like.
I don't eat any of that. I don't eat any of it though. I don't eat seafood.
But you just did a crawfish boil.
I eat all the vegetables that go in it.
Oh, you just.
And I'm like there for I'm like there for the good time.
Are you not eating meat right now or just fish?
I never eat seafood because I don't like it.
Oh.
I'm like limited meat these days. A little bit here and there, like keep me going. Like get enough protein and like iron and shit. But like meat's a hard sell these days.
Why?
I just like I'm never like, it sounds so good.
Beef.
Meat. Yeah, like
same.
And then like I don't know, like the older I get, the more the cooking when it's raw, it grosses me out. So like the cooking it is just like can't look.
So again, going back to this barbecue thing, like my dad got a bunch of meat and stuff, and we got some Beyond Burgers for us because that's what we do. And I was like, I don't think I've ever grilled anything on a grill, like
Same.
ever.
Don't know how.
Red meat. I've never cooked steak like by myself, even when because I lived with my parents, and then I moved in with Sam, and then after that, I rented a room. And then after that, like I was like,
oh, and now you don't eat meat.
Yeah. So, and like, even when I'd go shopping and I'd buy like chicken and stuff, but it just became less and less. And then eventually it was like, I'm just not into this anymore. It's like, I'm not into like the ritual of the cooking. Like I don't like care about it. I just kind of want to eat it.
Yeah.
And I think the last chicken thing I ate, I think I had a bad chicken sandwich at Red Robin.
Oh, that'll do it.
It was pretty bad. It was the ciabatta chicken sandwich. And it was like a go-to for me. And it was like, this is nasty. Like, I just can't. You know, like, it's just gross. Like, freezer burnt. Like, it's a very specific texture and taste.
So that's another thing. If I'm going to eat it, like, it's hard for me to, like, order it out. And, like, I can tell immediately by the texture, like...
Is this it or no?
Yeah, like, I can't do this. Like, it's got to be, like, super, super high quality, like, good meat. I did do, like, a couple weeks ago, I made a batch of these, they're like buffalo chicken burgers, but like mini for like sliders. And those were pretty cool. Because it was like ground chicken and it was like really good quality ground chicken. But
was it like like morphed?
No, I did it.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't have to touch it.
Okay.
And the like finished product didn't have like a meaty texture. Yeah, those are pretty good. I was like, I could do this. This sounds good.
Yeah, and I think you're right. Like, it just was never, not never, but when I was craving food, it wasn't like, oh, a steak sounds good. Like, I didn't eat a lot of steak. It was like, oh, well, I'm hungry. Well, like, I don't know, a chicken sandwich sounds good just because, like, that's what you get.
Right.
That was, like, the only thing I was eating.
Have it.
But, yeah, I don't really crave it really at all.
Or kind of the same.
But
like,
I
if
think
I'm craving
good.
a taco, I just want, like, the taco flavor. Like, it doesn't have to be a meat taco. Like, I could make it with almost anything.
Yeah.
And it still hits the same. Like, it satisfies that, like, taco craving.
Yeah. But, like, when someone's cooking bacon, like, bacon smells good. I think bacon does still smell good. Or, like, a good steak. I think it still smells good.
It's all right. Yeah. I get that. Every once in a while, I do crave a steak. I feel like it's, like, when my iron is
very specific. My mom used to get, like, these tri-tip steaks at Costco, and she would cook them, like, when we were kids. Well, kids, I was probably, like, a teenager. And, like, I can taste that. Like, I can recall that
that's what you want
taste.
every once in a while?
Yeah. Well, like, if I was going to have a steak,
it'd have to be
like,
that
it would
one.
have to be that one specifically that she would cook.
Yeah,
I don't think she would grill it. She would, like, broil it. She'd put it in the oven and, like, broil it, and it was, like...
If I ever crave a steak, it's the one specific one. It's got to be exactly like that. And if I cut into it and it's over or under, I'm done.
I'm out.
I'm like, yeah, well, never mind then.
Yeah.
And yeah, if it's not like crispy on the outside, if it's not just so, I'm like, like I'm never just like, I want red meat. Oh, no, I want like
this
steak in my mind that I like.
I don't want to gamble at your barbecue with kids.
No.
Cooked 15 burgers and hot dogs. No. Can't do a hot dog. Like, that's probably the low, like, hot dog and like bologna probably on the lowest. I mean, they're like the same thing basically, but like if I had to rank like the meats that I would have to eat through to get to it, it'd be like near the fucking bottom. I might eat dog before I eat bologna.
Any sort of pork product is a no for me. See,
I realized I was like, ooh, I like pulled pork. I just like the barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
That's all I cared about.
Anything.
Yeah. It was like, oh, Sweet Baby Ray's. I'm just going to put that on a fucking pizza, a salad. I mean, I don't eat salad, but if I did.
You don't eat salad?
Not really. No.
What?
No. No, I don't like, no. I don't order salads. I don't eat salads.
Like, what about it? Like a raw green?
Seems like a waste of time. It's like, I just like, okay, if I'm hungry, why am I gonna...
I was maybe the worst vegan ever, but like whenever I was vegan, but I don't eat beans, but you've taken the cake, really.
I mean, like, I'll eat a salad, but it's like that, it's not something I seek out. Because if I'm gonna eat something, I want like the beans and rice. Basically, like, give me whatever's on top of the salad.
All of that in the salad.
Yeah, but then it's like not a traditional salad. And also salad dressing is kind of gross too. So if you eat the salad...
What?
Like ranch and stuff like that, like that's gross.
Okay, well, I don't like... yes.
Right? Okay.
Right, ranch is nasty.
Like that, those kind of dressings are bad.
Yeah,
but like you can make
ones.
like a nice balsamic...
Yeah, like a vinaigrette
thing. Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay.
I just don't... like, I like the fresh vegetableness, but like as the main part to just eat a salad, I can't do.
Okay, well, I'll just have to let this one go.
What's your favorite salad?
I don't... I love a good solid Caesar, but that one's pretty boring. There's nothing in it.
Okay.
But like, I don't know. I feel like I could make anything into a salad. The same way you could make anything into a bowl, you could make it into a salad. It's really just I
think maybe we could just
the ratio of like, do I want more rice with a little greens, or do I want more greens with a little grain, you know?
Yeah.
So like I will just, sometimes I'll make it more of a bowl. Sometimes I'll make it more of a salad. And I can like everything else in there is the same.
And I can appreciate like eating like a raw spinach. Like that's good for you. Like I would be into that. I just can't. Maybe that's what I gotta do. I gotta make some rice and like do like a 70-30.
Yeah.
Do like
so
70% spinach and then 30% rice so I can get my carbs.
Yeah.
And not feel like I'm missing out.
That's what I do. I'll do like rice or quinoa or like I'll do a grain. But like I don't like cooked greens. So that's the only way I could put them in a smoothie and stuff, but like I only like raw greens. Once you cook it and it wilts, no.
I don't mind it. I don't mind like putting spinach in and like having it be cooked.
No, it tastes different and gross. And mushy.
But do you like steamed vegetables? Like is that a green, or are you talking greens like spinach, kale?
Arugula, just like greens, but like all vegetables have to still be pseudo crunchy. So like you can steam them or like roast them or whatever, but like you can't like cook them till they're mush. They have to be al dente.
Your dad cooks the mushiest fucking squash or whatever. What's the yellow one? Yellow squash.
Yeah.
I have that taste in my brain.
He mushes
fucking
it?
buried in there. Anytime they make squash or like eggplant, I don't know. It's a very, like if I saw it, like oh man.
Like he just like cooks it to death?
Yeah, he just like kind of cooks it to death. And it's not necessarily like the butter that turns me off or the oil. Like I can get over that. It's just for whatever reason, it's just overcooked.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And it was like a whole side, but it was also free food that I didn't have to make, so I would eat it. I'm not saying I was ungrateful for the food, John. Not that you listen to this, but
nice little shout out.
I think Sam has said the same thing, so I'm not alone.
I haven't experienced that, but yeah, I wouldn't eat it. So free or not,
it's not an option.
Could not. See, I like almost all vegetables raw. So if you're gonna cook them, they can't mush them. It's so gross. It like ruins it.
Do you have a fruit that you don't like?
I will eat all fruit. I think it's all like good or decent. But like when we were talking about this last night, Austin said like cantaloupe is his favorite fruit. I think his words were, if cantaloupe didn't exist, I would just want to die, or something very dramatic.
Wow. Okay.
No, cantaloupe and honeydew are the most meh. Like
very underwhelming. Ugh. Very like pun intended, low hanging fruit of fruit.
Nice. Yeah, they're just like I'll eat like it, but
if someone's making a fruit salad and they put cantaloupe and honeydew in it, it's like you couldn't have got a nicer melon.
I'm judging a little bit.
It's just it's like filler. It's just filler.
Yeah, I'll eat around them really, and like as much as possible, I'll eat all the other fruit and then just leave those melons.
What other kind of melons are there? There's watermelon,
which is bomb.
Yeah.
But those two, I'm like, ugh.
But if you were to make a fruit salad and you don't have like the filler almost as like your base, then you're just kind of eating like little berries.
Yeah.
And water. I know it's the good stuff.
It is the good stuff.
But then like you got to make a ton of it. And that's expensive.
That's what like if you're gonna make a fruit salad, show up.
Just do your part, man.
Just do it. Yeah.
Put the cantaloupe on the side.
Don't come over with like calling it a fruit salad, but it's really just it's a melon salad with like a berry garnish. No, come on.
You've just like scooped the stuff off the top, just all the blueberries and strawberries and watermelon just off the top.
Absolutely, I will do that.
Yeah.
Not eating the melon. What you got on your
So I like usually take notes on the phone, but then I don't have the phone on me, so I just started writing stuff down. Okay, I'm stealing a little bit from Whitney Cummings' podcast. I don't know if you listen to her, but she talks about red flags a lot and asks people what are your red flags?
Wait, stop. This is so interesting because I was just talking to my BFF bestie / college roommate. We were just talking about, because I asked her, I was like, we're talking about first date questions, like not what's your favorite color? Because she's all like, well, actually, she said that is she likes to ask people what is your favorite color and why, and then she like reads into the meaning, and I'm like, whatever, dude.
Her horoscope must have been good that day.
She also wants another sign, and I'm like, what?
Okay, do your thing.
So, yeah, I'm like you do that. I'm like, what's the response rate for these questions? Like, Anyway, so I'm like, well, I feel like I would ask that, like, what are your red flags? Then the way she took it too is she was like, what she thought I was asking was, what red flags are you attracted to? Oh. And I was like, oh, that's
kind of even a better question.
I was like, they're both very good. And I was like, oh, I like that too. I like your version too. So what are my red flags as a, like,
just
personally?
In people? Yeah.
In people or mine?
I don't know. What question are we asking?
What's your original question is,
it
like,
just
what
says,
are mine?
like, just red flags. Like, what are some red flags?
Red flags that people have?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, that's a lot easier to answer. What did she say? What's one off the top of your head?
Rude to wait staff. That's like a common thing. Stuff like that.
I would add, like, rude to their parents. Like, people who are just like, I feel like there's a fine line between, like, being, like, close to your parents enough to just, like,
give them shit.
Like, I love that. But, like, if you're just like actually very rude, I'm like, bye. I don't like people like that.
Interesting.
Bad drivers.
Okay.
This is not.
I want to dive deeper into this. Is there, because I was thinking about this the other day, actually, like, is bad driving and safe driving, is it now just the same thing?
To me, no, because I feel like you could be, like, technically, okay, so, like, speeding, it would not be safe, right? To me, though, like, if you're a good driver, you can speed. I don't know. Or, like, same thing with, like, the people who are weaving in and out of the lanes. That's annoying. That is annoying. It could be unsafe, though, or you could just, I feel like a good driver is like a defensive driver who's just, like, very aware and just technically good, to where they could be a safe driver, but they don't have to be. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, good. I don't know. I'm a good driver, I think.
Do you, I've, like, fully leaned into, like, I don't give a fuck if there's one person in my car. I'm getting in the carpool lane. Like, fucking pull me over. I'm that person, especially on these stupid lights on freeways where you pull up and it's like
when you get
2 o'clock in a fucking afternoon. There's nobody on the freeway and I gotta stop at a light. No, sorry. I'm getting in the carpool. Because you can go around the thing.
So I don't drive here as off. I'm very much a rule follower, safe driver here, because I'm not as familiar with all the weird things, like the rules and the roads and all that jazz. At home, like, where I know the deal, we zip in.
Yeah, you're getting there.
Yeah,
I drive generally. I drive fast. I'll admit that I do.
Yeah,
I'm more on the fast side than not.
Like, how fast? Because I'm a solid, like, 5 over. Whatever the speed limit is, it's actually 5 over that. So maybe I'll go more sometimes.
I kind of go in spurts.
Okay.
Like, I'm not saying I'm like, like slowing. No, but, like, I don't know. There's, like, a nice little, like, part where I'm like, oh, I'm going to get up to, like, 85, 90. Just to, like, get around this person and then, like, kind of just sail past them.
Okay.
Right? I'll get up doing 90 sometimes. I'm not, like, I'm not putting my cruise at 90.
Yeah.
But, like, don't catch me doing 65.
Yeah.
Fucking never.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
But, like, 70, 75 to 80 is where I live.
Okay. Because I feel like if it's a higher speed limit, like if we're talking freeway or interstate or whatever, yeah, I'm more likely to speed in general and, like, at a higher gap. But if, or you're going through, like, a small town or they're like speed limit 25, I'm not pushing 50. I'm like, no small town cop's going to catch me today. Yeah. Like, I'm going a lot closer to the speed limit if it's a smaller one.
Have you ever been pulled over?
Lots of times.
Really?
Not in a long time, but, like, yeah, I actually used to just, like, really feel like I just have, like, a cop radar. Like, all the cars around me could be speeding or doing, whatever, like tailgating, weaving in and out of lanes. And somehow I'll get pulled over because my one headlight is out or just bullshit. And I'm like,
in, like, the middle of the day, your runner's out.
Yeah. I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, for real? So that used to happen to me a lot. Like, your brake tag's expired. Like, did you know you were doing 7 over? Like, just the dumbest shit. And I'm like, holy hell. Like, I'm a good driver.
Don't you have other things to do,
like,
bro?
Or pull over somebody who's, like, actually doing something, man. Like, so that used to happen to me all the time. I only really got ticketed a couple times, if I'm being honest. I was just like, I got away with a lot of warnings, but it hasn't happened in a long time. Like, please don't let me have jinxed it.
I got pulled over a couple of times, I think twice in my truck that I don't have because I have a work car now, but like my little Toyota Tacoma, like Sam's. Mm-hmm. And I had a crack in my windshield still there. It just like...
Is that a thing?
Can't drive with a crack in your windshield. And like the cop pulled me over. It was like in Loomis. I was on my way to Emily's parents' house. Apparently we were going to hang out. And he was like, well, you got to get it fixed. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't, obviously. Never got pulled over again. And it's just like I've driven past plenty of police officers with my crack in the windshield, but like you've just like decided to pick on me on like a Saturday afternoon. Yeah. Like really fucking weird.
Yeah.
And then I got pulled over. I should have got a ticket for this one, but white privilege. I was doing like 90 on the freeway in a car, Florida plates.
Oh.
Expired license. Didn't give me a ticket. No idea.
Wow.
This guy must have had his coffee right. He's like, yeah, the DMV, you just get a new one. I was like, oh yeah, COVID. I haven't gotten my new license.
Wow. Yeah, insane. Yeah, because I have white girl privilege. Mm-hmm. So honestly, that carries.
Yeah, it was fucking weird. I was like, I'm going to get a ticket. And I was like, I was doing over 90.
Yeah.
And because I was in a faster car, but like I was also coming downhill. Like, you know, if you go from here, you like go to town, you like go, there's like a big hill you go down. I wasn't like going uphill, like trying to get to 90. I was just like, probably went around somebody, like I said, and he fucking pulled me over. But
I feel like in my experience though, like anytime I get pulled over, not the headlight time, like not the stupid shit where I'm like, I genuinely like don't know why you but if I'm like, if I'm speeding or I kind of rolled through the stop sign or something and then I get pulled over, I'm like, oh, well, this was it. Like, you
was it worth it?
You do the time. Yeah. But I guess I'm like always kind of just like, oh, well, yep, fair is fair. And so I'm never like, what did I do?
Yeah.
Or like
you just
arguing.
Gotta own up to it.
Yeah, I've just kind of been like, yep, you got me. Here's my shit. Here's my license, my papers. Here's all my shit. And honestly, I feel like those are all the times that the cop's just like, well, you know what? Yeah, I could just give you a warning instead. I'm like, oh, really? Okay, cool.
I mean, it's up to you.
Right. Like,
your call.
I get you're just trying to do your job, bro. Like, whatever.
Even though this is dumb, but like, it's cool.
Right,
I've done this 500 other times and you catch me once. But.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of my kind of attitude. I actually saw this really funny TikTok not too long ago. Did you get it yet? Are you on the TikTok yet?
Am I on TikTok?
Or was that Sam that...
He's not on TikTok.
That's right. We talked about this last time and Sam was like against it. But anyway, the guy's like, listen, the fast lane, the left lane is for people who got ticket money. He was like, even though I don't, I'm prepared. He was like, if you aren't prepared to get a ticket, get your ass in the right lane, get out of my way. I'm doing 100 in the fast lane. Get out of the way. If I get pulled over, I get pulled over, and I'm just expecting it. It was just so funny. And I was like,
that's real.
It's kind of true.
Like if I'm doing 90 and I get pulled over, like what the fuck am I gonna say? Like this fucking cop, like I did like 80. It's like, no man, I did 90. Like and I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, like, come on. Right.
Yeah,
that's kind of my attitude. Like also, if I'm doing it every day and eventually I get a speeding ticket, then that's just a lot of days I didn't.
Yeah. But the carpool lane thing, I'm like, and as soon as I get off work, I get all the way to the left lane in the carpool lane. There have been a couple times though where it's been like a police officer. I'm like, oh, fuck, now I gotta like get over. Cause
yeah.
But like, I don't think I've ever heard of anybody getting pulled over for having one person in a carpool lane. Like actually.
Wait. So headlines this week is this lady in Texas got pulled over for having one person in her car in the carpool lane. Mm-hmm. And they're like, yeah, we're going to ticket you because you're the only person in the carpool lane. And she's like, nuh-uh, there's two. And they're like, what do you mean? She's like 7 or 8 months pregnant.
Oh.
And she's like, got one right here.
Did it work?
Like, dead ass. No, they gave her the ticket, but she's going to like, I think she's going to sue, or like fight it or whatever. Cause she's in Texas and she's like, it's a person. Mm-hmm. I'm like,
wow. Yeah.
What a legend.
How the turntables. Yeah. Fuck, man.
Like, Oh my gosh. I'm like, wow, what a hero.
Mm-hmm. Okay, back to red flags.
Okay, yeah, what are some more?
I feel like I always think of them like in the moment. People that haven't worked in like fast food or like the food industry.
I don't know if I would call that like a yellow flag because sometimes it's not their fault, but like, or if you have, yeah, if you've worked in like the service,
Any service, yeah.
service industry, that's an automatic green flag for me.
Yes.
I'm like, wow, yes, you just earned automatic bonus points. Because if you haven't, I'm like, you just don't know.
You just don't get it.
You just don't know. You'll never get it. Can't relate, but yeah, I agree. For sure.
I just don't know what other jobs you work as like a teenager. Like how could somebody?
Well, a lot of
even
teenagers
now,
don't work, which is another.
Whoa.
So people who didn't work as a
At
teenager,
all.
I'm like,
Wow.
yikes.
I guess that is a thing.
Can't relate.
Okay, we're just gonna roll into another thing because this kind of relates.
Yeah.
Do you think the influencer like economy is like sustainable?
I think it will just keep changing. Like I think the landscape of it will keep changing, but yeah, I do because I think that like the way that it's changed marketing will kind of just keep going.
You think it'll just like roll over?
Yeah, like maybe just change. Well, like for example, like now there's so much more influencing on TikTok versus like Instagram, but now there's a whole separate. Like now instead of being an influencer, people are kind of phasing out of that, I guess, but doing content creation. So yes and no. Then I guess if more people just move to like content creating without having to be an influencer, but I think that like in a way, people who are popular will always influence. And now it's just a bigger, it was like that even before social media. Like the cool kid at school had those shoes, so you wanted them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of always going to be like that. Now they just have a bigger stage.
Yeah. I guess the term influencer, like I immediately just think of like a girl who has like a makeup thing. Like that's like the quintessential original influencer.
Right.
Like I don't even know what influencers would be like geared towards my demographic.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a boy, but there's a whole there's like a genre and subgenre of influencers for everything. Like there's a mom influencer world. It's a whole thing. Yeah. So I'm sure there's like dude influencers.
I guess. I mean, I don't know how many like fucking what's the ball shaving one ads I can hear.
Ew.
My God.
The Manscaped.
Like I don't know how many fucking Manscaped like plugs I can hear.
Right, that's true.
Like I'm not into Axe body spray anymore. So like
you're not really like super into anything that would be
I guess like music and stuff.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that's why I'm like, how would somebody be a music influencer that
I guess like I get some ads, not even ads, but like use this plugin for blah blah blah. And they're like, I got it from free, and a plugin is a thing that you use in the computer.
Yeah, does it ever work though? Are you ever influenced?
I guess.
Maybe.
I guess. I think it's more like, oh, I have something that can do that. That's not that one. Like they all kind of do the same thing. But there's not like a direct like, oh, I want to buy that brand because I saw it on this person because they used it and they said it was good that like I can think of. Or maybe
what about
it's so
like a cool shirt? Like if you followed someone that you thought was cool and they had a cool shirt, would you be like, I want that shirt. It's dope.
I guess the only thing like that is the nature back shirts. I have a shit ton of them.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's just like this hipster brand. I have their like super nice shirts.
Okay, so
and they have like cool designs.
You were
on them.
influenced?
It worked, but that was an Instagram ad. That wasn't like an influencer per se.
Gotcha.
So yeah,
I don't know. I think it'll kind of always be a thing. I just think like it will look different over time.
Yeah, I just don't know like what's after TikTok. Like once TikTok slows down,
it hasn't slowed down for a minute though. Like it almost just keeps growing.
It's like when are they gonna reach like what Netflix just reached? Like just maximum penetration.
Yeah.
You like that one? Maximum penetration of users. Like
yeah, like
at some point, everybody that has TikTok or that wants it is like they already had it.
I don't think they're there yet.
I don't think they're there yet either.
Which is crazy. It's so cool. I think it's fascinating.
I think it is too, because it's so much different than like YouTube.
Yeah,
like
I think it's easier to monetize.
I think it is too, because YouTube, you're kind of banking on, I mean, you're banking on an algorithm, obviously, but you're also banking on your ability to make a thumbnail. Like, there's fucking people that make thumbnails for a living, I'm sure, that get paid a bunch of money. Like, a thumbnail goes so far in YouTube. Where TikTok, the fucking thing's put right in front of you.
Yeah.
You're
it's like not hard.
It's not. One of them just has to catch.
TikTok you can easily do with your phone. Like TikTok, like, or just Gen Z in general does not overcomplicate anything for the sake of doing it, which I feel like millennials are the opposite. So like even this influencer culture was like, you can only be a successful influencer if you have a set aesthetic and a niche market and a matching feed. And like there was whereas like Gen Z on TikTok's like, I'm gonna fucking film this video in 30 seconds, like rolled straight out of bed. Like
just make sure the lighting's good. And that's just pretty much it.
Rolled straight out of bed on my iPhone, the end. And like now it's blown up and I'm making money from it. It's genius.
Yeah, and I guess for these people, like who's Bella Porch? Remember her on TikTok?
What's her thing?
Her thing, I'm not going to do it. Maybe I'll fucking do it. She did like remember that TikTok song that was like M to the B, M to the B, M. She did that one that was like, where she's just like doing this at the camera.
Okay.
That's her.
Okay.
She like makes music now. And it's like, she was like at least the one that I remember of like being one of them. Like her, Addison Rae, was she on there? Or is she like a bit like kind of a porn? Is she like into like naked, like being naked?
No, but she I think she got so famous for being hot, like cute, hot or whatever, and doing the dances and all that jazz. And now she's an actress. So a lot of people have found success in their music careers from TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing.
I don't know how to do it.
I don't either, but I think it's so much more like likely on TikTok than anything else to like for it to work out for you.
Yeah, and it's just it's like so easy. It's like you think that it has to look good.
Minimal effort.
And then you'll come across a TikTok and you're like, this person put no fucking effort into
like I'm almost like an overthinker.
Oh yeah.
Like
totally.
I would sit there and be like, oh, I need to fix my hair, or like I need to get a ring light, or like just the dumbest shit. Like I would never. But yeah, these people don't care.
They don't care
They're
at
like,
all.
I'm just gonna sit in front of my window, like I'm just gonna make this TikTok and I'm gonna post it.
Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah, I love it. I love living in the future.
Okay. You're in school.
I'm done.
You're done.
I'm done.
Wow.
I finished in early May.
March?
Sometime in the spring.
What's your job that you want to do? I don't want to, maybe like a dream job, and then maybe like a realistic job.
Yeah, that's smart.
Not that I don't want to like dampen your.
No, but it's true. I guess like a dream job, I would consult. Yeah, probably for like a consulting company. So like different. I would consult with like each job would be a different project, different company.
Okay.
Versus like some people you could do it in house. So I think the first option, that'd be like a dream job, like maybe. I think that'd be really fun. I think I'd be good at it. Realistically, like the career, like what that looks like actually doing it, I wouldn't want to do like with my actual life. Like I like seeing my kids and like being with them and stuff. Like I am not ever looking to like work 1 million hours. Like I'm not looking to like hustle and grind to like get to the top. Not in this life.
Not those TikToks. Okay, I wake up at 3 a.m. I run 5 miles, and then I write down in my daily journal. Okay, sorry, sidebar. Every time I fucking see one of those, I'm like, these people, they must not work. Like, these people literally do not have jobs.
There's
because
no
their
way.
day is just exercising and writing down their fucking problems.
Like, and then the journals are not even just like a little scribble. Like they took to, like they created
Like
the
a
journal.
prompt.
Yeah, and they're like doodling on the side. I'm like, and they're driving to the gym and they're doing the work. But before they go to the gym, they're making the pre.
I made my matcha organic, vegan, non-essential, essential. It's like water.
And then I'm coming home and I'm making breakfast, and then after I shower, I'll eat a second breakfast, and then I'll sit down to do some work, and I'm like,
and then I made my
work?
hubby and dogs food for the month.
Then I meal prepped and stocked my whole kitchen and all these matching containers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, I'm sorry.
So it's true. I think there are versions of that I could do like for a company in-house. So this is kind of what my former job sort of was. So like working in one company to sort of problem solve shit that comes up like as it goes, like over time. Instead of like just we've picked this one problem that we want you to fix as an outside consultant.
Like as like an umbrella problem fixer? Like, hey, we have...
Yeah.
Can you give me an example?
So, yeah, like an example would be like we have like stupid high turnover in, well, in general, everyone does, but like in this department, like we cannot keep somebody in this position or, you know, whatever. Like this, I mean, it's a very basic example, but like that, like fix it.
Yeah.
So, you know, why options for solutions. So doing it in that way too, then I would get to actually do it. Like, here are all the options for solutions. This is what I recommend, you know, take your pick, then doing it and then measuring whether or not it worked.
So you just like solving problems.
Yes.
You like being given a problem.
Yes.
And solving it.
Yes. So sometimes...
Have you always been like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then sometimes I could find the problems too. So like in the job that I just quit, it was kind of like a overall, like I know there's a problem somewhere because overall the whole process and flow is not working, you know? So then I was trying to identify and find like, where are the problems? And then which one's the biggest one? And if I fix this one, will it then trickle down and fix the others? Kind of.
That's cool. I didn't know jobs like that exist. I didn't know you could just be like a professional problem solver.
Yeah, I mean that's the best way to describe it, but I like it. I think I'm good at it. I now looking back, I've like tried to or have done that in all my other jobs, just like unofficially. Like I really value like efficiency and like common sense, which is a big part of like this as an actual like career or field is. And now like I back it with data and or research, but it almost always plays out to like, yeah, duh, I knew that's what it would be. Like it just makes sense. Yeah, I've always been in a job like, hey, I know we're doing it like this, but why? Like it would work better for everyone if we did it like that instead. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like let's just change it. It would be better, and it would make everything significantly better for everyone who works there. That's kind of the vibe.
Are you still reading a ton of books?
I have barely read any. Like the whole time I was in school, I just did not have the bandwidth. Like when I got into bed after doing like school, it was just like mindless TikTok scrolling because I just could not. So I actually recently just started reading again.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited.
What are you reading?
I'm kind of like double dipping. I have like a kind of more contemporary poetry book that's hella good. And then what is this book called?
Do you read on your phone?
Mostly.
Oh,
yeah.
I feel like I couldn't.
Listen, hater. I used to say the same thing. And I honestly feel like I didn't read for so many years because I was fundamentally like, against it. And like, ew, I could never read on my phone. And it's even real reading if you can't feel the pages and blah, blah, blah. But I was wrong because, so the poetry book that I have is real. It's a real book. And it's a lot easier for me to just like read some of it and then put it down. Realistically, I read so much more on my phone because I always have it. And then, you know, the whole thing when you're like laying in bed and you have a book and it's like, you get a cramp in your wrist and like there's no right way to be. And it's so
and
much
you like,
more
and for me, I always like, okay, maybe I'll fall asleep reading on the left side. So that way I can just like, and then I'll get to the other side and I'm like, oh, fuck.
And then you got to turn.
And like, okay, maybe I'll just read myself to sleep.
That's out. And like, so on my phone too, like it's just so much easier to just, I don't know, to just do it. The other book is called Things We Never Got Over. It's like, so far it's like a little rom-com. situation. Just very light, very simple. Got to get back in the swing of things, like back in the like routine of reading, you know?
Yeah.
In the habit. I say routine. I mean habit. Yeah, I'm excited. I love reading, and I really missed it because I couldn't, like, that whole time I was in school.
Yeah.
I kept trying sometimes to be like, well, I'll just read I don't have to
like
finish a book a day like I was before. Like,
Jesus.
I could just like read a little bit before bed, but my brain was just like.
So when you read, because you're reading a book a day, or in theory, let's just say a week.
I could.
Let's be generous. You could finish a book in a week.
I could.
This might sound like a dumb question. Do you read every word, or are you like, can you like do the skimming thing? I've heard of people being able to like do the skim and like just fucking figure it out.
I mean,
because if you're reading every word, like, I feel like I read every word and it takes me for fucking ever. Also because I'm like an idiot and
I don't know. I think I do both. Like, I mean, I guess I'm skimming, but I pick up every word. I'm not just like glancing at the page and only gathering the highlighted words and putting it together. Like, I'm reading it all. Okay. But I guess when I'm reading it too, I guess it's a hybrid of what you said. Because when I'm reading it though, like, my brain's not going, like, I'm not reading every word. Like, I'm on the class committee for the, like, I'm not reading all the filler words, every fucking preposition's not getting like heard in my brain. If that makes sense. Like, I don't know, maybe like a both. I think I'm just a fast,
because you're reading nonfiction
mostly.
So that might have something to do with it.
Or no, I'm reading fiction.
Or yeah, that's
right. Yeah, we both didn't catch that at first. Fiction's a faster read. Nonfiction, I have to slow down. Like, some books are just slower reads if I have to like, and then the way that some people write, like some writers, it's a slower read because I'm having to like pay attention more and concentrate more to like kind of get. Every book I start too is like slower in the beginning until I like get the hang of their writing style, and then it gets faster as I go on because I like have caught their vibe.
I'm reading this book right now, In Defense of the Food by Michael Pollan.
Interesting.
And he's one of those people, one of those authors that writes where like I have to fucking pay attention, and it's like kind of a trudge. It's a short book. It's 200 pages. And it's like,
but it's a rough 200 pages.
Yeah, and I've been like slowly getting through it, and I'm like, I have to finish it. Like I blew through the Matthew McConaughey book while I was reading this one, and then I was like, hey, I gotta finish this one because I've like started it, and I'm like 120 pages in, and I just gotta fucking get through it. But like, it just takes me fucking forever, and like I hate that. Like I want to be done with it, but I can't just put it down.
Every once in a while, I'll do a book like that just as like a conditioning sort of like a challenge, like just make sure that like my brain's actually still working. It's almost like eating. Like most of the books I read are just like brain candy, like, you know. So every once in a while I'm like, okay, like I have to read like a real book, yeah. Sometimes
I think I can't read fiction because of that.
Because you feel guilty for
brain like,
candy.
Yeah.
Oh, not me. I'm like, it's like entertainment to me. It's like Netflix. Like most of what I watch on Netflix, I'm not watching all documentaries on Netflix. So like, I'm just gonna watch bullshit because I like it. So I'm gonna read a lot of bullshit because I like it.
I wish that I could. The only nonfiction book I've read, like as of recently, maybe in the last like 2 years, is Animal Farm by George Orwell.
That's a great pick.
And I read it and I was like, see, this was fun. Like,
I wouldn't call that brain candy though.
No, but it's fiction. It's not real.
Okay.
That was my version of it.
It's a little depressing. I feel like you should challenge yourself to like throw in more like
Nicholas Sparks.
Fun I guess if that whatever floats your boat, man. I hate Nicholas Sparks.
Yeah.
It's funny though, because like my favorite book like ever is like not an easy read. Like it's like kind of long, and like it was hard for me to get through. Like certain chunks and parts of it were like brutal, but like I don't know, I love it. It's like a good.
Is it a Nicholas Sparks book?
Yes, my favorite book in the whole world.
Yeah.
No, it's Anna Karenina by Tolstoy. Have you heard of War and Peace?
No.
Oh well, that's his other book. But Anna Karenina's good. They made there's a movie on it. You should read the book.
Yeah, sounds right up my alley.
Okay, well, that actually is like since you don't like the brain candy fiction book because you hate yourself, this would be a good pick for you then, because it's technically fiction, but like you have to try, you have to want to read it, and you have to want to finish it.
Huh.
but when you do though, it's like, wow, that was such a freaking good book. It's so beautiful.
I know. I need to, and the good thing is I have the world is my oyster. I haven't read a lot. So like I could pick the fucking hits. Like I could pick some really solid non-fiction, some really solid fiction books to read and not be disappointed.
Yeah.
But like, it's like the reason why I don't listen to that much music anymore is because I'm so full into podcasts and like I can't not be getting like something that I learned or something that's current. Like I don't find myself listening to a lot of music anymore. And it's really fucking weird. It's so strange. Like I used to listen to so much music. I used to listen to his music, and then slowly it was just like all podcasts. Like I listen to podcasts when I work out. I know.
What a freak.
I know.
Oh,
it's
I could
bizarre.
not.
But for some reason, when I put on music, it's like, wow, I have literally every song I could ever fucking imagine. I don't know what to listen to.
Well, that happens to me sometimes too. But then I'm like, so I just listen to like the stuff I know I like, and I'm over it. I'm like, I've heard this song a million times, but I don't feel like taking the energy to like
go and find some
new shit. And like, there's no guarantee it'll even be good. So back to the regulars I go, especially for workouts. Yeah, because it's got to hit.
Yeah, see, I don't need it to hit.
Oh,
I need some like deep thought experiment, some like thinking about the universe and shit.
Oh my gosh.
While I'm working out.
No.
Yeah.
Weirdo.